Hi, my name is Jennifer Corriero. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and 10 years ago I co-founded an organization called Taking It Global. And thank you so much for having me take part in this panel virtually. Hello to Ziga and David from Peace Child and our friends at AIESEC. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you there in person, but I'm really honored to be able to share a few of my thoughts on leadership for the 21st century and what it really takes to grow and develop leaders to respond to the challenges of our time. For me, what I see is the world that we're moving into. Really, we're faced with challenges that are global, that are interconnected and complex, and that are constantly changing. And so what I think is most critical is to grow and develop leaders that are open and that are able to connect with people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different ways of thinking, different ways of life. And also to be able to form interconnected thoughts and to be really interdisciplinary in our thinking so that when we solve problems, we can look at that problem from many different perspectives and angles so that we can think about solutions in new ways. And so our ability to be able to collaborate with people from different disciplines and from different ways of thinking is incredible, not just from different parts of the world, but if you think about, how does a scientist solve a problem, or an engineer, or a spiritual leader, or a facilitator, someone who is a lawyer. And so when you think about that one problem, the ability to work in cross-functional teams is also really critical. And to be able to attract and recruit and collaborate with talent in different parts of the world, because we're so technology enabled, technology centric. And I would also say that because we're all sort of more connected globally, that skill to be able to use technology in new ways, and not just as a user, but to be a co-creator of experiences, to be a co-creator of collaborative initiatives and projects that respond to real world projects is essential. And the other core skill that we need for leaders of our time is the ability to be adaptive. Challenges are constantly before us, and the world is constantly changing. Change seems to be our only constant. And so if we're able to adapt and have a sense of resiliency, when we're pushed down, the ability to get up again and to try something new and not be afraid of failure, but be really driven by vision and aspiration and the ability to create solutions constantly and not just get stuck in what we know, but when circumstances change, to be able to adapt and to continue to grow. It's absolutely essential. And so when I think about how we grow and develop these skills, I think to my concerns for the way that our current education system is actually designed. A lot of school systems are still focused on, memorizing textbooks and facts that are very much outdated, and knowledge is continuing to grow and be so vast. And what we really need to cultivate within our learning environments is the ability to think big, the ability to figure out what we need to know when we need to know it, the ability to reach out to different experts, not only in our own peer group, but whether that be younger age kids or more established people of all different ages and generations, to access different forms of expertise, and to be able to think about learning not just from a theory perspective and not just from an abstract perspective, but how what we learn can apply to the real world. How can we take what we've learned in theory and put it into action? And that's why organizations like Taking It Global and Peace Child and AIESEC International, we're all committed to creating opportunities to grow leadership through project-based learning, through taking action, through collaborating with peers all around the world and creating solutions now, not just in the future. Young people have the potential and the capability to impact the world today, and we need to cultivate that sense of confidence and that sense of vision and that network, that sense of cohesion and community, right from the ability where we can actually start to communicate with others, the ability to read and learn. I would also say, being multilingual is absolutely key. And unfortunately, when I was a kid, I didn't realize that. So I didn't take a lot of courses in school that, helped me learn different languages, and just being exposed to different cultures and languages is also an incredible skill for leaders. What I also wanted to highlight was just some of the ways that our online community at Taking It Global creates an environment to encourage the development of these types of skills. So we have a community section where there's profiles, and so you can connect with people from all around the world, people who speak different languages and who have a lot of different interests and who are passionate about global, social, environmental challenges. We have a section on youth media, and that really is a space to encourage self-expression through the arts, through visual arts, through writing. We have an online global gallery, Panorama, which is our online magazine, and we work with many partners to publish these expressions in print. We also have a section that's called Explore the World, and you can find different people through our country sites and our regional sites and our city sites, and also our section called Global Issues. And so it's a place where you can learn about different issues and figure out how you can take action through our tool called Commit to a Better World. We have a whole section on action tools, a guide to action that's downloadable, and you have 6 different steps on how you can take action. We've created versions of our guide to help young people take action on issues like all of the Millennium Development Goals. We have a climate change guide to action and one on HIV/AIDS, and it's growing. We're developing one on mental health. And in general, it's just really a place that offers an informal learning environment. And in addition to that, we offer online e-courses. And I really think the future of education really needs to embrace that online learning environment where we merge what happens within the walls of the classroom to what happens within your local community and within your global community. So I guess these are my stimulating thoughts. I'm sorry I can't be there with you to sort of debate and to really take some of your questions, but I am available online, and you can follow me on Twitter or in my online profile on Taking It Global or tigweb.org. Thank you so much for this time. Enjoy the rest of the conference.